All right, everybody. Boy, my glasses are having a weird glare on here. Maybe I don't really need them anyway. So welcome to our re-promote lunch and learn call. So this is Michelle Zito, your company VP, and this is the fashion director level call. So what we're going to talk about on this call is how you can move from fashion director to branch director and what you stand to gain by doing so. So now, those of you that are on the call, I believe you are fashion directors, and I'm super happy for you to have come on the call because now that means that I can help you move on up to branch. So currently, what we're gonna go over is what is the maximum you can earn where you are, and then what is the maximum you can earn where you're going. So if you have a business opportunity brochure handy, take a look at it and let's look at what fashion director says. So fashion directors, you start at 30% commission. And then a lot of people forget about the little part underneath that where it says 32%. When you hit $5,000 in personal sales net, you get a raise to 32%. So a lot of times people are not aware of that. So definitely keep track of that because if you are close, chase that extra sale. The sooner that you cross the $5,000 mark, the sooner your next show, you're making 32% on it. So that's one way to maximize where you currently are. And then the bigger part, the better way is to get to 35%. And there are plenty of people who get to the 35% without ever hitting the 32% because they promote so fast and they share the business quickly. You go to 35% by promoting to branch. So as a fashion director, let's say your show average is about $700, okay? So if you do a $700 show at your 30% commission rate, you're making $210 on that show. Now, if you're doing, let's say one show a week, we'll be super conservative. Okay, that's $700 for $700 shows. So 700 times 4 is $2,800 in sales, which means that times 30%, you're making $840 a month. Now, to work once a week, doing your part-time side gig is likely the case, right? A lot of you do this alongside another job, or maybe you're a stay-at-home mom on some sort of maternity leave, and this is a way for you to supplement your income in between. A lot of people do this to get ready for retirement, so towards the end of their working career, they kind of start this up. So whatever the case may be, if you worked one time a week doing about a $700 party, you would be making $840 a month. Now, let's talk about what you can earn by moving to branch. So branch, you have two parts to promoting to branch. Part one is there needs to be a calendar month in the course of your career that you sold $1,000, net and non. For many of you, that's your first month in business because many of you launch at 1,000 and then that's done. But I know Susie for sure and Chelsea, the two of you on this call, you've already met that requirement. So in your cases, the month that you qualify your new recruits, you need to be active with at least $250 net, okay? So, but really you want to be at with $500 net because you don't make overrides the following month without having done two $250 shows the previous month. So that's something to keep in mind. So to promote to branch, you need to have done $1,000 in sales yourself, whether it's in a previous month or that month. And you need to have a new recruit that sells $1,000 net and non in their first 5 weeks. Now, you've probably noticed by now that we try to launch new team members at 1,000. That way, they're ready to promote to branch. But since it doesn't always happen in the ideal fashion, they do actually have their first 5 weeks. So once that occurs, now you're jumping up to 35%. So those same sales, that same 4 $700 shows in a month, $2,800 in sales, you're now making 35% on that, which means you're making $980. So instead of $840, you're making $980. Now let's factor in your new team member, what they're doing, because then you're also making money on their sales as well. Now the override that you get as a branch director is like a graduated step. So I don't know if you're able to see it here, but you know, if you have the brochure in front of you, but you get 5% on the first $1 to $400. Then you get 6% between $400 and $799, and 7% on, you know, $800 to $1,100 or $1,200 there. So that part is a little harder for me to just do a quick math problem on. But if you have sales over 2,000, they do pay you 10% on that. So it's on increments, okay, that override. So suffice it to say, there's extra money in it for you, but just on your personal sales alone, you've already jumped up by $140, and that's based on doing one show a month. Many of you on the call have sold well more than $2,800 in a single month. So you've currently made 30% on that. You're going to get an extra 5%. And then remember is that you already then become eligible for a Mercedes car plan. So you're able to begin month 1 of your 3-month Mercedes car plan eligibility, which allows you to earn even more money. Because when you make your Mercedes plan, you can either choose to get a Mercedes, provide them with the sale, with the paperwork that you actually went out and got it. And then every month that you meet the requirements for the Mercedes, Park Lane will add $700 to your paycheck. Doesn't matter what the payment actually is. So if you get a Mercedes where the payment is $500, they're still paying you $700. If you choose not to get the Mercedes and you just want to take the money, that's fine. You then get a $500 bonus on your check. So that's a lot of extra money to be had. I actually took the money for a long time before I got the actual Mercedes, and it was, many thousands of dollars that built up over time. So there is a big jump in money from fashion director to branch. Now, so the promote challenge that we have going on is first of all, when you promote to branch, we get to fill out a promotion form. We send it over to the home office, and then the following week, your raise will go into effect. And then every time you leave your house, every time you sell anything, you're getting 35% commission. You've started a team. It also means that when we have something special like Shirley's birthday weeks, next month is going to be Scott's birthday weeks. All the leaders get a gold. Did you ever see your leader get an extra bracelet or something like that during any of our special 2-weekend things? You'll get a gold because you're part of the leader team. Mary Grace has a webinar the first Monday of every month, usually, where she does an extra special training with recognition and special leader topics. You'll be included in that. And this is all just getting to our first level of leadership, which is branch. So in addition to making more money, you're getting those additional perks as well. So, so those of you that are on, I see Susan, I see Chelsea, I see Keely is on. If you're able to either comment in the chat or if you're able to take yourself off mute, tell me what's the highest sales you've ever had in a month?
Not sure how to do that.
Well, I just meant offhand. Like, do you know what your best sales month was?
28.
Oh, so I used your number. 2,800 was the number I did. That's funny. So you made $840 that month. Instead, you would have made just under 1,000 just by bumping up. Plus, like I said, the override you would get on your recruit sales.
Right.
And that's not just your recruit. Remember, your recruit can go recruit. You get paid on her too.
Right, right.
And then you're going to be poised to move into area leader, because it only takes 3 more recruits to move on up to area, and that's a nice big jump. So a lot of times people will say, well, how does this happen? How do I, maybe you've been doing this a while and you're saying, I feel like I should have had a recruit by now. Why don't I? Well, let's think about, what are you asking for? So when you sit down and do orders with your guests, I know you ask for the sale because they're coming up with an order form. You may even be asking for a bigger sale, right? When someone comes up and they have a big wish list and they say, I'm only going to order these 3 things. So they're getting the 2 at regular, the 1 at half. Now, I hope that what you say next is, you know what, Sue? Just want to let you know that you're actually entitled to 3 more pieces at half price. Did you want to take advantage of any of these other pieces at half? I hope that you do that, mainly because most people don't realize they're entitled to more. They think they only get 1 at half price. And I know you're saying, oh no, I told them. Yeah, I tell them too. They don't listen. They don't think. And also remember, our sale is almost like a it's too good to be true kind of a thing. So people think that can't be right. I can't buy 2 and then get 4. A lot of times people will think they get 1 or they think they get 2. Because if they buy 2, they think they get 2. But it's not. It's buy 2, get 4. So please remember those words. You are entitled to. That's what I want you to say. Okay, so Sue, I just want to double check here because you're actually entitled to 3 more pieces at half price. Did you want to take advantage of any of these other pieces from your list? Which is why when people come up with their wish list, I fill in the price for every single item that's on it. Okay, so most people, they just write chic, bay, Ashlove, flare, they don't write anything else, what it is, what color, what, nothing. So I fill in the price for every single thing. Then I fill in the half price, like I write slash, and I write the half price of every single thing beyond their 2 cheapest pieces, so that I can do it quickly. When it turns into negotiations and you take it out with your calculator and everything else, that's when they start waffling. So I'll say, you're entitled to 3 more pieces. So did you want to, get the chic necklace for $30 or the, and I'll just like casually mention the half price of a few things that they wanted, especially if I remember, she had that on and it looked nice, or she liked it, or her friend complimented her on it. Okay. So that's asking for the sale, right? We ask, and also, if we add 1 more of these pieces here, you're actually going to get a free item because you'll have spent the $90. So you can actually get this one too. Of course, that ends next Wednesday, but it still applies to shows you're doing between now and next Wednesday. So, and then you're asking for a booking, I hope. The next thing you're probably asking is for a booking. So, you know what, Sue? I would love to get you a whole bunch more of this jewelry that you ended up not getting tonight. Why don't you let me style a few of your friends? 3 to 5 girls, and we could do a really nice style session, and I'll get you all the rest of these pieces plus more. How does that sound? Okay, so that's asking for the booking. Now, are you always asking the 3rd question? Sue, I actually loved the jewelry combinations that you were putting together for everybody. Or, you are just so much fun. Something about them. Clearly you're a jewelry person. You were such a fun personality to have here tonight. Have you ever thought about trying something like this? Or is there anything I said tonight about the business that sounded good to you? And then just ask them, you know what? I'm on the new side myself, but I would love to answer any questions that you have. Actually, my friend, and then fill in your recruiter's name. Okay, so Susie, you might say Elizabeth. Chelsea, you're under Teresa Morgan? And then Keely, are you under Risa? I'm pretty sure I have that right. But whoever it is, you are, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So you would say, you know what? My friend Teresa is answering all of my questions as I'm here getting started. She's really nice. She's not pushy. Would it be okay if we give you a call tomorrow and we can answer some of your questions? Or do you want to sit down for coffee or whatever it is? If you're not asking this of every single guest, then it's going to take you a really long time to find your next recruit. Because remember, 1 in 10 people that you ask will say yes. If you ask every single guest at the show, it only stands to reason that you're going to get to your yeses a whole lot faster, right?
Right.
Because if you only ask 2 people at every show, it's going to take you 10 shows to get to number 10. But if you ask every guest at a show, it may only take you 2 shows to have reached 10 people. And that's just simple math. So think about this. If you say to yourself, oh my gosh, but it's so much easier to sell than it is to share the business. I want you to remember this. So that means that you're okay with taking people's money, but you're not as okay with sharing with them how to make it. So when you think of it like that, it's like, oh my gosh, that's kind of mean. You're right. I really do need to be asking everyone, because they certainly can say no. Now, the flip side of this, remember, is that if during the show you say, you do some informing, right? Informing people about the opportunity is when you say things like, so if this sounds like something that you would like to, take a look at, please let me know. That is not inviting people. That's informing them that you have the information. Inviting them is a personal invitation. Inviting them is at order taking, saying, so before I was mentioning that, we're expanding in this area. I would love to have someone like you on my team. You're so put together, and the jewelry looks great on you. Could I possibly share some more information with you about this? I'm new myself, but I just would love to have you on my team and help expand the area. Okay, these are all various word choices that you can use. I know we're already at 12:25, so before I just continue rambling on, I do want to leave 5 minutes for our final 5 minutes for some Q&A. What questions can I answer for you? And it can be a technical question or just opinion question, whatever. Don't be shy. Everybody's in the same boat, in the same position.
Okay, I know haven't been around much, but I don't understand what keeps coming up on my feed with the different prices of the gem that you have been putting on gems all day. The lower price items that were on sale. I don't understand what that is.
Oh, that's something totally different. I mean, that's just me doing a sale with my customers on my Gems Club. So every once in a while, I do on my customer page, I just do a sale. And it just means that I feature items that we normally sell using the 2 and 4 sale. That's all it is. It's just the half price of all of those items. And then I just combine all of them into one order, like into various 2 and 4 orders, so that I'm able to honor the half price sale. I use the hostess benefits to either supplement my own kit or fill some of the orders or whatever. And it's just a way for me to reward my loyal customers with some extra pieces of jewelry at a good sale.
Okay.
That's all it is. I know everybody says, how can you order that? I'm like, we all can order it. We do 2 and 4. It's just that I'm not really offering anything at the 2, but I either just, eat the other $12 of the flare bracelet, or because I'm ordering some of the jewelry on the hostess order, it all comes out in the wash.
Oh, okay.
Any other questions? All right, do we feel excited about promoting to branch?
Yes.
Awesome. Now, I just want to remind you that I have been running the Branch Out call series. I think that Chelsea and Keely, I do feel that you've been on those. I did 2 of the calls so far. The 3rd call, everybody had their team meetings, and there was a lot of stuff going on last night. So I think that next week will just be call 3 instead of this week. So I didn't forget about call 3. Just that this week happened to be a lot of team meetings, so I didn't want to interfere in people's team meetings. But so Susie, for you that has probably catching up, I'm going to bump the recordings from the first 2 branch out calls back up to the top of the page, so that of the Shine On page, so that you can catch up on those. and review some of that. And then definitely, if everyone participating in this should be participating in the branch out, because really it's for you. Now, the challenge, what makes the promoting challenge, the promote repromote challenge, even more exciting, besides the fact that you're setting yourself up to make more money and earn more Park Lane incentives, but Mary Grace is doing actually a really fun extra where we're going to be sending her all the promotion forms for a given month, and she's going to be giving out a bunch of prizes at the end of each month, or really the beginning of the following month, to those people that promote it. So if you would like to go online and go onto the field interface, go into the downloads and print out what you see that is called promotion form. It's in the downloads on the field interface, and it's called promotion form. I want everybody, whether you're on with me live or watching the recording later, go print that out, put your name on it, and hang it up in your office or in your workspace so that every day you remind yourself that you're on track for a promotion. And then as soon as you have that first recruit, you're going to put their name on there. As soon as you have a second recruit, you're putting that name on there. And then as soon as somebody has their 1,000 net and on, that gets faxed or scanned or whatever over to the home office, and you're going to get your raise. But I do want you to print that promotion form out now so that you can admire it and remind yourself and keep yourself on track the whole time. So thanks so much for coming on, and thanks to those of you that are watching the recording later, and I look forward to lots and lots of you promoting, because when we go to that convention in Las Vegas, I want to be cheering like crazy for all of you. All right?
Thank you, Michelle.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.